You open your phone for just 1 minute. Maybe you just need to check a single text message or look at the weather forecast. But then your thumb twitches. You pull down to refresh, and you fall in. Your brain slips into a cognitive slumber. 30 minutes pass. Then an hour. Then 2. You wake up from your scrolling trance, wondering where the time went. Your first reaction is to blame yourself. You tell yourself you are lazy or that you lack willpower, but you are entirely wrong. To understand why you can't stop, we have to look inside your brain, specifically at dopamine. Habits are a dopamine-driven feedback loop. Dopamine is a universal currency of reward, the engine that drives your behavior. But here's the secret. Dopamine is released not only when you experience pleasure, but also when you anticipate it. It is the anticipation of a reward, not the fulfillment of it, that gets us to take action. When tech companies built social media, they turn your phone into an invisible slot machine. When you pull down to refresh your feed, you are pulling that exact same lever. You never know what's coming next, a boring ad or a highly stimulating video. In psychology, this is called an intermittent variable reward. It is the exact mechanism that drives our brains into a frenzy. You aren't tapping glass because you are weak. You are doing it because the system exploits your biology. The process of building a habit can be divided into 4 simple steps: cue, craving, response, and reward. First, the cue triggers your brain to initiate behavior. Your phone buzzes on the desk. Second, the craving provides a motivational force. You feel a spike of stress from work, and you crave a distraction. Third, the response is the actual habit you perform. You pick up the phone and open an app. Finally, the response delivers a reward. You see a funny video, and for a split second, your craving is satisfied. Your brain remembers this loop and creates a mental shortcut. Soon, you don't even need the phone to buzz. Whenever you face a problem repeatedly, your brain automates the process of solving it. You feel a tiny bit of boredom, and your hand reaches the phone entirely on autopilot. To understand why it's so hard to put the phone down, we have to look at the pleasure-pain balance. Every time you swipe and find something entertaining, you tip the scale in your brain toward pleasure. But your brain naturally wants to be balanced. So, to counteract that massive hit of digital pleasure, it adds weight to the pain side. This biological process is called neuroadaptation. When you finally lock your phone and sit in silence, the pleasure is gone, but the pain weights are still there. You immediately feel restless, experiencing a sudden spike of anxiety, boredom, and discomfort. The only way to stop that uncomfortable feeling is to pick the phone back up and start scrolling to rebalance the scale. You aren't scrolling for fun anymore. You are scrolling just to feel normal. We don't just scroll because the apps are perfectly engineered. We scroll because it helps us avoid reality. All behavior is driven by the desire to solve a problem. Sometimes the problem is that you are experiencing pain and you want to relieve it. In the modern world, we are surrounded by low-grade anxiety, loneliness, and uncertainty. The phone offers an immediate escape hatch. It is a frictionless way to numb the uncomfortable feelings of being human. You feel bad, so you eat junk food. Because you eat junk food, you feel bad. Watching television makes you feel sluggish, so you watch more television. It's a downward spiral, a runaway train of bad habits. You scroll to escape your anxiety, but the time you waste scrolling makes you even more anxious. But there is one final piece to this puzzle. You are not competing against yourself. You are competing against the attention economy. Behind every app are brilliant engineers using massive amounts of data to keep you hooked. In the past, media had stopping cues. A newspaper ended. A TV show rolled credits. But the infinite feed has no end. It removes your brain's natural cue to pause and ask, do I want to keep going? They don't want you to stop, because if you stop, they stop making money. Your distraction is their fuel. So, how do you beat a system designed to exploit your biology? First, you have to stop relying on willpower. Self-control is a short-term strategy, not a long-term one. Instead of summoning a new dose of willpower, whenever you want to do the right thing, your energy will be better spent optimizing your environment. One of the most practical ways to eliminate a bad habit is to reduce exposure to the cue that causes it. Make the behavior difficult, and you won't be able to do it. Turn your phone screen to grayscale to remove the shiny dopamine triggers. If you can't seem to get any work done, leave your phone in another room for a few hours. Make the cues of your good habits obvious and the cues of your bad habits invisible. The goal isn't to throw your phone in the ocean. The goal is to redesign your environment so that reality becomes more appealing than the infinite scroll. If you want to understand the hidden forces shaping your mind and uncover the fascinating psychology behind why we do the things we do, make sure to subscribe for more deep dives just like this one.